Hello, good afternoon to all. Due to the COVID, we unfortunately meet in the online classes. The third semester, the second paper is political sociology. So, political sociology is a very, very important subject nowadays because the politics is related with the social aspects. In this political sociology, we are studying the politics in the social perspective. Social aspects means religion, race, caste, color, and ethnic aspects all are come under the category of the social aspects. We are the student of political science. We are studying the social aspects in the political sociology. This is a interdisciplinary subject. We are studying the social aspects in the politics. Today, I will give a small example. The good olden days, we are saying the difference between politician and the statesman. Politicians think about the future election. The statesman thinks about the future generation. Just like that, here the political science starts with the state and examine how it affects the society. In the political sociology, we are start with the society and how it examine the politics. So social aspects are we are studying in this subject. I will give one example. We are a student of political science. We are studying the at the time of the elections. We are studying about the election commission, political parties, political party manifesto, and promises, and the leaders, and all these things. Selection process. All these things we are studying in the political science. In the political sociology, you are studying about the what factors influencing on the elections. For example, the caste, religion, reason, money power, muscle power, all these come under the consideration of the political sociology. So this is the interdisciplinary subject. After Second World War, our subject is came into being. The American political scientists put much effort for the development of this subject. Now, I would like to give some the emergence of the political sociology with slides. In the history of the development of political sociology, significant contribution has been made by writers in the 19th century. This includes politicians, political scientists, and sociologists. Political sociology was born out of the criticism of contemporary sociological theories. Max Weber is known as the father of the political sociology. Significant contribution has been made by the Herbert Spencer and Oppenheimer. These thinkers contributed fundamental data of the political sociology. So, the political sociology is in depth studied by the great thinkers like Max Weber. And in the political sociology, the emergence of the political sociology, another important factor is the extension of the area of politics. Politics has been subject of study since the time of the Aristotle. You know everybody about the Aristotle, the father of the political science, and he stated the political science is the master science. He read the so many constitutions and gave a detailed description about the government. The politics has been the subject of the study since the time of the Aristotle. However, in the modern times, the distinction between the political and social is gradually diminishing and their mutual relationship is increasing. The whole society is now the field of politics. Everywhere you observe the politics. Therefore, political institutions have been studied from the sociological viewpoint because in everywhere we are founding the politics in family or in a group or in a job, everywhere, where according to our thinker stated, where there is power, there is politics. So, in every aspect, we are observing the sociological concepts in the politics. So, that is the very important, the extension of the everywhere we are observing the politics. So, the necessity or the origin of the political sociology because of the extension of the area of politics. And next one is the universal suffrage. This is the very, very important factor because universal suffrage means the constitutions through constitutions, a number of nations offer the people got the right to vote. Adult franchise. So, with the growth of the consciousness of liberty and equality, democracies were established in various nations of the world, providing universal suffrage. Everyone knows about the concept of the democracy. Democracy means demos, means people, cracy, rule. In the people's rule, there is a need for the election of the leaders through universal suffrage. That means we are offering the right to vote. So many nations get the. In India, we are got the independence in 1947, where our people are actively involved in the 1952 general elections. So, universal suffrage is the one important factor for the emergence of our subject. Universal suffrage was established in England in 1929. In America, it was applied subsequently. The most important systematic study of democracy was conducted by the uh, uh, conducted by de Tocqueville, a famous political thinker. In the end of the 19th century and in the early decades of the 20th century, statistical methods were applied to the field of political social because we are forecasting the leaders. The leaders are selected on the basis of the caste, religion, money, and muscle power. Because for the election time, the leaders were selected on the basis of the not for the on his merit. It is purely based on the caste, religion, money, and muscle power. That is the fact. See, an educated person is not selected. Only that fellow must have the caste strength. Then only the leaders or parties are select the candidates. So at the election time, the universal suffrage, due to the universal suffrage, we are observing the importance of the social aspects. In the end of the 19th century and in the early decades of 20th century, statistical methods were applied to the field of political sociology. So, universal franchise, no doubt at all, representative politics is strengthen the caste system. This is the fact. But our leaders and parties are not accepted. But they are selected the candidates on the basis of the social aspects. They are taken to the consideration. So, on the one side, we are appreciating our constitutional framers. They are offering right to vote. At the same time, they are applying our politicians applying the sociological aspects to elect the leaders. Anyhow, universal suffrage is the reason for the emergence of the political sociology. And next one is the large scale bureaucracy. So, no, everybody knows about the bureaucracy. Bureau is a cloth covered desk. That means the government office we are observing a cloth covered desk. So this indicates the government is ruled by the people. The good olden days we are saying old saying is the democracy is ruled by the people. Or we are stating about the Abraham Lincoln definition. Democracy is the government of the people, for the people, by the people. Nowadays, we are applying a parody definition. Democracy is the government OFF, of the people, for the people, FAR, for the people. In the good olden days, we are called as the democracy is the government for the people, but today we are called as the for the people and by the people. In the good olden days, we are saying, but today the voters are purchased by the leaders. The leaders are by the votes. So definitions are different. But in the good olden days, our nation is ruled by the democracy. Today, our nation is ruled by the bureaucracy, and we are very much afraid in future. Our nation is ruled by the Babacracy. The Babas played a very important role in Indian politics. We cannot neglect the science politics according to the Rajini Kothari stated about that Maurice Jones three idiom, traditional idiom, modern idiom, and saintly idiom. The Babas also played a very, very important role in the Indian democracy and Indian politics. The religion, everywhere we are finding that the role of the religion in the politics. So social aspects, religion and other things. And today, after getting independence, our India is ruled by the uh, democratic leaders were expected, but unfortunately, large scale bureaucracy was came into being. The bureaucrats, that means civil servants, rule the government. Only skeleton laws are passed by the legislature. The real uh, laws are prepared by the our bureaucracy. The revolutionary change in the political organization in the modern nations was the establishment of the bureaucracy on the large scale. Administration is today carried through the bureaucracy from village to city. So bureaucracy played a very important role in our village. You are observing the village volunteers and village administrative officers. The bureaucrats, everywhere we found the bureaucrats in the bureaucracy from the village to city and province to center. Therefore, political sociologists conducted large-scale surveys for study of bureaucracy and detected variable principles. So, we are the political sociologists conduct large-scale surveys for study uh, of bureaucracy and detected variable principles. Now, as a student of political science, we first understand the distinction between the state and society. In the end of the 15th century in Europe and in the 17th century in Holland, the success of evolution encouraged studies in political sociology. Politically free sovereign states were established in the place of traditional divine right Christian kingdom. This highlighted the distinction between the state and society. The distinction is dominated in the origin of the modern state. This idea was elaborated by Machiavelli and Luther Clave. So, we the students of political sociology, we are observing the distinction between the state and the society. Generally, we are saying the society is very wider than the state. The state is confined to the only features of the state is confined to the uh, four or five features. So we are observing. This idea was elaborated by the Machiavelli and later Luther Clavin. We are observing the distinction between the state and society. In our subject, we are observing what is state and what is society. And then, due to the reason for the emergence of the political sociology, the distinction between the political and social relations. According to Montesquieu, social factors determine the nature of the government, and the administrators, knowing the nature of the state, may change the society. Montesquieu theory, everybody knows already, the theory of separation of power stated by the Montesquieu. According to Montesquieu, social factors determine the nature of government, and the administrators, knowing the nature of the state, may change in the society. The chief problem between the Early thinkers thinking about the state was the problem of authority. They failed to understand causes, basis of the political authority in the society. New trends came into being. There is a tremendous change in the social and the political relations. As a student of political sociology, we are observing because the main reason for the emergence of this our subject is the distinction between political and social relations. And the another reason for the emergence of the political sociology, that is the contrast between the political and social. The distinction between political and social made by the Saint Simon was in the fact of distinction between the government and the administration. These two are the very important aspects we are observing. The distinction between the political and social made by Saint Simon was in fact the distinction between the government and the administration. See, unfortunately, we are observing the bureaucracy and political leaders' nexus. But actually, there is a contrast between the political and the social, and the distinction between the political and social made by the Saint Simon was the fact of distinction between the government and the administration. He did not point out how the government and the political activities are connected to administrative and social aspects. As administrators, they must take into the consideration of the social aspects in their day-to-day administration. He defined the subordination without defining pressure and did not explain the coexistence of the political and social. Similarly, the comparison of the society and the government by the anarchist was not a comparison of the social and the political. So, the main reason for the emergence of our subject, there is a contrast between the political and social. So, this is the first introductory lesson for the uh, concept of political society. Thank you. ఎంత 10 నిమిషాలు వచ్చింది. Hello. This is the first and trial lesson. In future, in detail, all subjects are taught by our colleagues. And so, within days, within couple of days, I came into being and I give a detailed description about the nature and scope of political sociology. This is the first introductory concept, the emergence of the political sociology. Political science starts with the state and examine how it affects the society. Political sociology starts with the society and examine how it affects the state. Thank you. We will meet in the next class. వచ్చిందండి